other hand, Soljin and EFC would have a rather nice...
The problems that we are faced with when we are considering big data to solve very tough questions in the world of medicine, such as, what is cancer? It's a multifaceted disease. Our idea is that because of its multifaceted component or nature of it, that many people thinking of this problem will have partial solutions. And when we aggregate those solutions in one way or another, we will get closer to the truth, to one way of thinking of a problem that is more correct than any of the biased ways that each group might have.
What Dream Challenges do is connect a researcher who has a data set that they have questions about to a world of experts. We provide the possibility for many eyes to come in onto their data set and their burning questions about the data that they can't answer. It's a nice opportunity to get questions answered that maybe then can flow back into the research that's happening in that lab, or to help them get over a hump in their own work that they weren't able to get over without getting those types of experts involved in what they're doing.
We make the data available, curated, cleaned, and we know that there's signal in the data, so we know it's a good data set. And providing it to a group of researchers and say, here's this great question, here's the great data, anybody who wants to apply their method, apply it. So it really truly benchmarks how you're performing amongst the community. When you try to do this by yourself, we get this thing that Gustavo has termed the self-assessment trap.
If I have a data set and I try to massage it and massage it and massage it until somehow my algorithms are predictive, almost unbeknownst to me, some of the information in the data became part of my algorithm. There is data leakage from the data to my methods. And then I think when I run my methods on that data, I am very good at doing this.
The way that Dream Challenges run is that we have a data set besides the one that we give to the participants that is held back. We hold back the gold standard data set, and we evaluate their model now against this data set over here to see how well it answered the question with this data set.
It really is an unbiased assessment of how people are performing, and you get a ranked performance, and it really gives you a good sense of how you're performing in the community.
And part of what we try and do with Dream Challenges is ultimately incentivize people a little bit differently, try and give them credit for different types of activities other than just an individual lab generating the data, analyzing the data, publishing a paper, and then putting it in a file drawer somewhere.
Many of the participants in the Dream community, they're in an academic setting, in their jobs, in their work. They're trying to build a career that is about doing this type of research and publishing papers, and so Dream Challenges for them is an opportunity to receive recognition that then helps them advance their career. They've been recognized as a top performer in a challenge, and so they're recognized maybe for grants in ways that they wouldn't have been recognized before.
A lot of the participants in a challenge is often like, how can I win the challenge? But there's also something else. You really want to answer a scientific question. I mean, that's, I think, the most exciting part, when you get all the write-ups, all the predictions, and you can actually see what they did.
So even though now we have enticed people to participate, now we are sharing how we won, and we are doing that in a community environment.
Hackathon is new for Dream, and the idea came up at Sage Bionetworks to do this because Sage Bionetworks in the past year has had the opportunity to work with Apple to develop new approaches to clinical research studies that take advantage of an iPhone as a data collection device.
In the Empower study, it was open to both people who have Parkinson's disease as well as other people that could be used as controls. And so we have all of these really interesting acceleration patterns from people who were asked to walk 20 steps in a straight line. One of the questions was, given these patterns, can you predict who has Parkinson's disease? And so one of the things that the hackathon folks got interested in was these sort of unique patterns that start to unfold. And so ultimately, we're trying to build up a community of people who are going to be interested in looking at this type of data in the future.
So it's really exciting to see folks really digging in and working on it.
Dream is really about the people, right? If there is not the community, Dream doesn't exist. If people didn't participate in the challenge, Dream would be nothing. And I believe that this collaborative nature of Dream is what will allow us to overcome barriers that otherwise wouldn't be so easy to overcome one by one.